Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Small Roles, a D&D podcast where there are no small roles and too many questions to answer right now. I'm David Knight, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by these conflicted crewmates. So say hi, everybody.
Hello!
I feel. You're going to be okay. But as we all follow the Prime Directive, let's cue the theme tune! Oh.
Prepare your party of players and polyhedral dice. Your tragic backstory better be worth the sacrifice. Seize your sheets and D20. Let's play D&D. Your haggard character swaggers with daggers in each hand. You've all discussed what you must, but even better laid plans. Take a turn when checks are missed.
Roll initiative. Brandish your blades. Don't fail your saves. No risk too great, no choice too bold. This is your story. No guts, no glory. Confront your fate with every roll. Every
rises inside, one who will pay the price. Their chance of success will rest upon the dice. No risk too great, no choice too bold. This is No Small Roles.
So, rowing down the underground river to escape the Wingthrup workshop, Orin, Enkidu and Juna attacked the narrow walkway that ran alongside it to prevent any golems pursuing them.
We killed that walkway.
Meanwhile, Gwendolyn checked through the boxes aboard, discovering a prototype armour that Coggian had made. Enkidu quickly covered his modesty with it before attempting to explain what he had seen. With Juna peering into his mind, she witnessed the truth of his conversation with Erida and shared what she had seen with the others over a cup of Twaintide. The discussion spiralled out as they floated on. What to share with Heron, where they all fit into this, and what to do next. You all settled into the boat for a long rest.
Oh yeah.
And that's where we pick it up. So, yeah, it's actually this tunnel takes you about 8 hours to traverse the whole thing. As you are continuing along, you pass, and they panic you for a brief moment. You pass these pairs of statues on either side of the river. They look like the golems, except each one has like a palm flat out facing the other one. And the other arm is almost like supporting the domed ceiling, the arched ceiling above you. As you pass, there are 7 sets of these golems as you sort of travel down the river. And after the first one...
Flower check.
I was going to say...
Flower check?
I also have something to do.
There's 7 of them.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Oh my god, did we just get the reveal for what the hell a flower check is?
Yeah.
I've had that for
Sorry,
ages.
I missed something for a really long time.
Chris hasn't listened to episodes since episode 15. I mean, yeah.
We've actually replaced Chris with an automaton.
I never clocked that. I knew the whole backstory of Juna and stuff, but I never clocked that was what the flower check was for.
Yeah.
Oh.
The tattoo of the flower with 7 petals wasn't to do with the flower check.
Yeah, I did not. Just went straight over my head. totally.
This moment was worth it for that moment.
That's adorable.
Because I feel like your reaction, David, tells me that I'm not going to notice.
No, I mean, you are welcome to do a flower check, but...
I will. Natural 20. No, just joking. 13.
13.
I mean, if you'd held it up.
Do I ever add anything to a flower check, or do I just do a straight roll? I
think it's charisma. Yeah.
Oh, well then in that case it's 17.
17. So you're...
What a waste of a good roll.
How to show that you play D&D with Vicky without telling us.
For the listeners everyone is holding up natural 20s to the camera on Zoom.
Which is exactly what Vicky does when she gets a natural 20. But the thing is, she like her reaction is so genuine. Like, there's no room for doubt.
There's no way we'd never believe you, Vicky.
No, yeah, absolutely right.
And the thing is now I can't not do that, because if I didn't do it, I'd be like,
believe you.
Like, Vicky's been replaced.
So no, the 7 sets of golems have nothing to do with your greater destiny, Juna. You, as you're sort of looking at them though, they definitely have something magical about them.
Oh, they definitely have something magic about them, yeah.
But yeah, you don't know for certain what it is.
Juna, after we've gone past the first one and that we've clocked that there's something there, as we approach whenever the second one is, Oren will preemptively have fiddled with his goggles, if he may, to detect magic on the pair as he goes past them.
That was a cheeky fiddle.
Classic Oren.
That was funny because you said it, and funny because I missed it. And I'm really gutted that I missed that.
So, as you pass the second set, Oren, it's giving off a very definite abjuration. Protection magic to it, yeah. Both of them. You can almost tell, again, that it's like they're two halves of something, but neither of them have activated.
I tell that to the rest of the group.
Is now a good time to tell you all that I have 10 torches?
What?
Oh my gosh.
I was just saying to Enkidu the other day, why don't we have 10 torches in this adventuring party?
Oren just looks up the 5 lights that are currently decorating the boat. He's like,
glowing Erida head in my hand. I'm like,
yeah. Okay.
I didn't know they were there.
If you ever want me to, hang on, Oren will grab one of the torches and just rub it with phosphorus so it glows. There you go. Don't even have to light it.
So yeah, the rest of the journey, obviously, you guys, you all continue to chat about things, decide what it is that you want to be doing. You pass these 7 sets of golem statues. Again, whilst you've picked up some magic from them, they look quite decorative. But eventually you start to see a light toward the end of the tunnel in front of you.
Just to check, we've had a long rest, yes? Is that right?
We have had a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clicking the button.
So I've been sleeping on the boat, awkwardly.
you guys have been sleeping.
Yeah, we never need to take turns anymore because
Nope.
we can just leave Enkidu on.
Oh, we can just leave Enkidu with...
Or do we? Is
with
that
Maggie.
a bad thing?
Oh.
Is he just on like power save mode?
It's also nice to keep him company, but it only has to be one person in Enkidu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just stay up. Well, not stay up. I mean, I have to like not move.
Like, have we observed what Enkidu's done instead of resting then today?
I know David skipped over a whole thing here.
Yeah, I mean,
You've had a long rest on the boat,
You've
mate.
had a long rest. What's happened? Yeah, well, so I suppose Enkidu, you don't feel the urge to fall asleep. You feel the urge to, like you say, sit still. But do you try to sleep? I suppose like that is entirely up to you, whether or not you like simulate sleeping.
I imagine that like mentally he's tired. He's so much has happened this past 2 days. We've been here 2 days, 3 days. You know, the animals, the truth, dying, coming back, and you know he's sitting down collecting it all. But he's noticing that his body doesn't feel like, you know, resting. It doesn't feel the need to shut his eyes. So he's just sitting there, just with his thoughts, and without even knowing, he's like not unconscious, but like in the state of rest. And he's just sat there, just head bowed a bit, just yeah. You realise that you sit there for 4 hours, motionless. And anyone that is sort of awake and aware, obviously you're all pottering about, having small conversations with each other, but yeah, like Enkidu isn't necessarily fully asleep the whole time. He's like resting. Does anyone else want to do anything else during the long rest?
Nah.
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, so as we're saying, you sort of carry on down the tunnel. You see a light toward the end. As it gets closer, you realise that it is another dock, very similar to the one back that you dived onto the boat on. Sort of just very simple sort of stone dock with a few steps up to a door. The river, however, does carry on past it.
Oh.
It doesn't come to an end. The river does carry on.
We can just go past this dock and therefore not have to get near the WCI.
Yeah, I think maybe...
Does this dock look like it goes to the WCI?
What else is here? Yeah,
Is there a sign?
There isn't a sign.
Damn.
A light here for
But-
WCI.
You're all welcome to make survival checks.
Ugh.
Because you're basically trying to track how far you've moved and like how fast and that kind of thing.
18.
6.
Keen mind. No joking.
When did you get that? Every DM's worst nightmare. I need to know the exact time of day. And also everything that person said. The exact words repeated. Thank you.
21.
Ooh.
Gwendolyn, are you rolling as well? Or?
Oh, I got a 7, so...
In which case, Gaius, yeah, you know it. Like, you do a little bit of calculation in your head. And yeah, like heading south from roughly where you were in the forest, sort of the speed you're heading on the boat. Yeah, this is the WCI.
It's just a quick aside while we're talking about directions. At some point, can Orin have pulled out the compass in the night and just seen what the compass is now doing? The compass that used to point towards the thing, and then...
Yeah, so after about 3 or 4 hours of traveling, rather than it sort of spinning and like pointing as it was whilst you were in the workshop, it's almost started pointing again directly back
down the river.
Back down the river. You move slightly, and again, it does seem to keep itself focused on where the workshop is, which you roughly know is north of where you are. But yeah, outside of the workshop, that seems to be what it points at.
Cool.
Do we have any knowledge of what is in that direction if we go down the river?
Yeah, so you know that south of Drostad, where the WCI is the lake.
Oh, it goes to the lake.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
To be fair, you know, we've just done a thing in a cube where gravity doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So weirder things have happened than water coming from nowhere.
Fair.
So we can just go straight into the lake, and then once we're there, we know how to get back to Ferrocines if we want to go back in person. Or
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
How safe might it be for us to go back in person? Might we want to try some way of messaging them or message them before we go, at least?
I mean,
Yeah?
flip side of that, I guess, is now, well, it depends how much, as we said, how much the Wingthraps are going to have told their minions or not,
Nothing.
and how much they're going to be going after us.
They've not told them anything. But for Myra's sake, she's seen us off. We went off into a place where she suspects her parents went, and they came back different.
Mm.
And same for Ferrocine. She deserves to choose whether she wants to...
But perhaps if we can send them a message first to make sure nobody's sniffing around, we don't want to necessarily let the Wingthraps know that we have a connection with Myra and Ferrocine.
Oh, they know.
They do?
Of course they know.
Well, yes.
They knew about our mission as soon as we entered. It's not like I told them anything.
But will they know that we decide to go there next?
Maybe.
We don't know.
They could predict the future somehow.
I think, like you say, it's not about what Erida knows. It's about what the girls know, and they don't know what's down there yet. And I think you guys are right. They deserve to know. So,
Of course they do.
So I
don't want them
no.
going and doing those trials. I think they need to leave and get away from this place and get away from the Wingthraps.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gwen. There's no harm in just calling ahead, and then we go and see them regardless.
Shall I send a little note, say we're on our way?
Are we out of the tunnel yet? I don't think we are.
No, you're still in the tunnel.
We're still just going past the little harbour, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are you because obviously you're in control of the boat. Have you sort of paused outside the dock, or have you just carried on rowing?
Did we want to try and go through subtly? I don't know how we're going to do that in a boat, but
I think we just drift by, right?
Yeah, we just go by rather than...
yeah.
I'll turn these
Yeah.
10 torches off.
I don't think they're electric torches.
Are those the torches she got from the cave in the first episode?
God knows, it's just
They're
on my
probably from your
inventory.
starting equipment.
Yeah, they are,
How
yeah.
have you got
Yeah.
10?
I don't know. I feel like probably I could have had something way more useful than 10 torches, but...
I feel like I've got 10 torches. Most adventuring kits or whatever come with 10 torches. I've got 10 torches. They're in my inventory. I'm never going to use them. Why are they there?
I mean, if we're all showing off, I've got an ink pen.
Calm down, Chris. Whoa.
I've got 1,000 gold.
Oh, I want my 1,000 gold.
I've got a crowbar.
Well, I had a crowbar, a gaming set, thieves' tools.
yeah.
Yeah, I had that stuff.
Oh.
So we're going past the harbour.
Yeah, past the harbour.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we should
Yeah.
keep a bit of a low profile while we go past. Just keep the noise down. Just not draw attention to ourselves.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
DM, quick question. Erida's head. Does it feel like metallic or like synthetic flow?
More metallic.
Okay.
It feels a lot more like the prosthetics that you felt. Like it has a softness to it, but it doesn't feel like skin or anything.
Okay, cool. I'm holding on to it for now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll keep a low profile as we go past.
Cool. Do you want to make a stealth check?
Yes.
There's nobody stood there, but you're welcome to make a check.
Wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, we're all stealthy. Ha 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 ha. Not today.
Unnatural 20.
Yes.
17.
Oh, wow. Not bad, actually. 15. I rolled a 9, so that's a 15.
Unnatural 21.
Yes.
13.
Yeah. As a group, like you all sort of Gaius basically stops rowing and the boat just sort of floats by silently. Everybody like keeping their breath. Gaius at one point shifts slightly and there's a slight jangle. And that's it. And like, yeah, the boat completely passes the dock, continues on down the river.
Okay. Right, to the lake.
Great.
Maybe it might be a good idea to make sure we're all holding on tightly to an oar. We don't know how ready for boats this part of the tunnel might be. Might not be as well maintained as the rest.
Going off the guidebook.
Are there pictures of rapids on the guidebook?
Send Ruana.
Oh, yeah.
She's a cat, isn't she? No, was
She's
she?
an owl.
She's an owl. Sorry.
Don't do that.
She was having a lovely chill over the last episode as well.
Wasn't she a cat?
No, she's not.
No, she's an owl.
Now,
But she was definitely a cat at one point.
Maybe she was a cat and then that was right before she died.
I definitely remember. Oh,
Maybe.
she died. Yeah, she died.
And then you
Yes.
brought her back as an owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, Juna, Ruana is going to have a little fly and have a look as an owl, who I'm getting the stats up now, but I'm assuming that an owl can see in the dark, because
I mean, you'd
that's
think
what
so.
children's storybooks tell us about owls.
And, well, real owls are nocturnal hunters, aren't they?
Exactly.
not just the mythical owls, but the real life ones too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, keen hearing and sight.
There you go. Cool, yeah, so you send her off ahead, and she does fly just that little bit faster than the boat. She notices that as you're sort of looking through her eyes, her vision, that the tunnel does finally curve to the left, and then to the right a little bit.
To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Exactly. And then there's quite a loud noise, sort of a rushing noise, and probably about 50 feet away from you are, like round these bends, that does come to an end, the tunnel.
Guys, there's a rushing sound, and is the water getting faster, David?
It is getting faster.
Oh boy.
Waterfall.
Oops.
Oh!
Stop the boat.
Stop the boat?
Stop the phone.
Are we able to do that? I don't know, guys. There's a waterfall ahead, I think.
How many people can we make fly between us and Kidu?
If we leveled up last night, I would have been able to take one other person.
I can cast it 3 times, so I
But
can
it's
take
concentration.
No,
you
you
can
can't.
only cast
me. Oh,
it
you can
once.
only do it once.
I can fall slowly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can we try?
Swim.
Can we try paddling back upstream? Is that working?
That's not... I don't know.
You can try.
I mean-
it'd be difficult.
Gaius and Orin
especially as the,
jump ship.
What?
Gwendolyn has slow fall. Tuna and Kidu can fly out, and so can Rwanda. I don't know.
Can you pick someone up when you're flying?
Yeah, half speed though.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Half speed's probably better than...
Yeah, because we're not flying far. We just want to get out of the boat.
David, is there a sail or anything on this boat?
No, there's a small motor at the back that was inactive. There were a couple of boxes, and there's the oars.
Is there a convenient one that says parachutes here?
There's the medical garb if you want to try using the aprons as a parachute.
How far from the end are we, and is Ruana?
Oh, so Ruana is kind of floating above what she can now
How far
see.
down can she see? Like, how far down does the water go?
Oh, she can see quite far, so it looks like it's actually not as far as you'd think. Maybe a 20-foot drop. The first one.
Okay. And we can't paddle back to the dock that we were at a minute ago that we just went
you're
through.
welcome to try, but the water is speeding up and like you've carried on floating down. Like even as the boat sort of butts on the first corner, it is pulled around.
Why are
around
my
it.
spells so terribly picked for this?
Can we climb out onto... Is there like a little pathway still?
There's the pathway continues on, yeah.
Oh, get it over to the side, guy. Yeah.
Okay. I'll start pulling
We
at the
tried
oar.
to get close to... Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone that wants to jump out as the boat sort of like, even with you stopping rowing, Guy, the boat is still like sort of being pulled along. So anyone that wants to jump out, feel free to.
Gwendolyn's going to jump out if it looks like we're doing that.
Yeah.
I will attempt to.
I will jump out too.
And I will try and catch anybody.
I'll
Nice.
stay with Guy.
I'll jump. Yeah, I was about to say I'll jump out when everyone else seems out. Me and Kido in.
Cool. Yeah. So one by one, you've got just enough time that sort of you jump out of this boat as it.
Do we need to roll?
No. I'll let
That's kind.
It's the water is speeding up, but it's not impossible to do. As you all sort of step out, the boat is sort of dragged by itself around the next corner, and the path continues along, like sort of following the thing. But then you do hear just like the creak of wood as clearly around the next corner, all of the lights as well that like have followed it off. The only light you've now got is Erida's head. Amongst you, as it sort of, you hear the boat just like peter out, makes a
My
splash.
torches.
What? Did you leave them on the boat? Why did
Oh
you
my
leave them on the boat?
We were jumping out to save our lives, Orin. I didn't have time to gather the torches back up.
Okay, so guys, are we going further down the? Is there, David? Is there? I'm just gonna skirt
Just
around
this
them.
one in my hand.
I'm just gonna skirt around them and just like peer further along. Is there any pathway that goes like zigzags down?
So yeah, the path like completely follows this river, this stream, like round the corner, and sort of you stand at the edge, and you are stood basically at the lip of the waterfall, and sort of you can peer down. There's no steps down. You might be able to climb it. It looks pretty wet. But as you stand there, you get the impression that the safest way down was probably just to stay in the boat, because it doesn't look broken as it sort of landed and has carried on bobbing along.
Yeah, I kind of thought there at the time, but yeah, decisions were made.
Well, you should have said.
I'm saying now, and I jump.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa! What? Down the rocks?
I'm jumping into the pool.
Gwendolyn jumps after, using slow fall.
Okay, so guys, can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Oh
my
no!
God.
Did you just jump 20 feet down? And Cutie flies and tries to catch up to Gaius.
19.
Oh.
19, okay. So you only take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water at the bottom.
Nice.
Like, and because you're expecting it, like, you hit the water hard, like, fall down, you realise it's actually probably only about 15 feet deep altogether, so you do touch the bottom.
Ooh.
But then, like, push yourself back up, and, like, your head comes up out of the water, you're just enough away, but then you realise, of course, that with the waterfall coming down, the water is pushing you even further toward the next waterfall.
Oh my gosh.
Sort of you look up to see Gwendolyn sort of floating down after you. What does your slow fall look like, Gwendolyn? I don't think we've ever...
Well, I've never done it before. I think it's obviously like she's got this big skirt, so I think that just poofs out. And she's just like kind of going down this like she's almost got a parachute built in, but it's just her skirt just poofing down.
Nice.
I like that.
And then with Gwendolyn sort of, like her scoot, with Gwendolyn's skirt, like sort of, parachuting her down, then suddenly like Enkidu comes rocketing over the edge, like diving down towards you. Enkidu, you see that Gaius is floating along the river toward the next waterfall. If you want to grab him or
Yes.
let him go.
Come
I
on.
mean... Enkidu rushes forward with a hand out for you, Gaius. Are you taking it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Cool. So, enough that you stop floating down the river. He's sort of holding you where you are in the water. And Gwendolyn, as you sort of float down, you do realise that the footpath has continued along the edge, so you land quite gracefully.
Oh,
Lovely.
Yeah.
Orin, you going down?
I might go down a bit slower, I think.
Is it true, DM, that like if I fly with someone, it's just half the speed?
Yeah.
Take my hand, Orin,
Okay.
and Tuna
Taking
like
his hand.
energetically jumps over the edge And Ruana encircles them as they slowly fly down.
Right, nice. So fly speed is 60, is that right?
It is,
normally?
yeah.
Yeah, so like...
Just slow.
Yeah,
So you actually move faster than you walk? Is your half speed of your flying?
You're flying, right? Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
It's a light jog's worth of a...
Oh, do you both fly on the broom, or do you just hold his hand and you carry him?
Oh, retcon!
yeah.
We both sit on
Very
the
good question.
quarterstaff broom, yeah. Thank you.
I will sit on the broom.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, that is cool. Okay, that's giving me some ideas.
So yeah, as you sort of like, you two come down to the water's level, like your feet are just sort of paddling in it, with Enkidu holding on to Gaius there.
Take me to the path.
Yeah. I'll pull him up and take him to the path.
Nice.
I stand him up and then I slap him across the face. I just slap him, just like.
Gaius takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh,
Aww.
he's already down.
Okay.
What was that?
Well, we needed to get down, didn't we? We needed to get on the way.
You wouldn't discuss it first, jumping off a bloody waterfall.
I'm alright now, eh?
I slap him again.
And key 2 is violent.
In key 2.
In
Good
key
one,
2.
Ben.
The fuck is wrong with you?
It's fine. We weren't going to go back that way, were we?
We could have got down. You know what? It's fine. All right, forget it. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I didn't realise that you could carry people when you were flying. I thought this was the only option for
Well,
me.
you would have known that if you bloody discussed it first rather than jump off a waterfall. Goodness sake, Gaius.
Well, I know now.
Are you alright?
What?
What's going on with you?
I'm absolutely fine.
You jumped off a waterfall.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it. See, I got I'm a cat that's got 9 lives, and I've got 8.75 lives left. So I'm good. Don't worry about me.
Do you need a bit of patching up?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, take it from someone who didn't know he had more than one life. Don't treat it so cheaply next time.
Okay. Point taken.
Gwendolyn's got a awkward face.
Juna and Orin glide past on the quarterstaff room watching this happen.
With the owl and the teapot goose.
Absolutely.
So with you all sort of down that first waterfall step, you can see that the tunnel ahead of you now is a little bit lower. There is a second waterfall, probably about 15 feet away from you. Really not that far at all, going over another edge. Beyond that, however, doesn't look like there's a third one. Just kind of looks like a pool, and as you look down, you can see the boat upturned, sort of bobbing against a wall down at the bottom of this second waterfall.
Guy's going to brace himself to start running.
Enkidu just narrows his eyes and is like, don't test me, boy.
Guy,
What you going to do?
Like, can't you just go down with Enkidu?
it's quite fun.
Is Enkidu offering?
Yes. Glad you're checking this time.
Okay. Sure. Let's go down, buddy.
All right, come on. I arms up underneath his armpits behind him and we'll just fly down.
Oh, like a tandem, skydive.
Yeah. Gwen, are you alright jumping?
Yes! And off she goes.
Oh.
And she kind of walks through the sky, like Howl's Moving Castle when they're walking through the sky.
Yes.
That's the way she's going down with her poofy skirt and her slow fall.
Yeah. And you alight onto the upturned boat at the bottom.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, as you all sort of reach the bottom of that one, floating down, flying, drifting. Yeah, you realise that it is a pool, essentially. There is brickwork ahead of you. This is the end of the river as far as you can see.
There's no opening.
There is no opening leading ahead.
Oh, bother.
How big is the pool and how deep is the pool?
So it's probably
How deep is your love as well?
Yeah.
How deep is your love? Is your love... How deep is your love? It's about 20 foot by 20 foot. Your love, I'm talking. Not. Yeah, no, it's about a 20 foot by 20 foot space. You can't tell how deep it goes, mostly because, again, there's very little light around here. And the water, the way it's all churning, you can't see the bottom this time. Gaius experienced the bottom of the river previously, but you've not seen it here.
We think it goes underground, guys.
It's got to be going somewhere.
I don't know how far away we are from the lake.
That's what I'm thinking. It's somewhere down there.
My only concern is if we go down there and suddenly we have to come up for air, but that tunnel just keeps going on and on and on.
Well,
It's all right, says Juna. And with that,
Wait,
just
don't-
because I've been
wait.
looking forward to this.
wait. We could. Okay.
No, what were you going to say, Enkidu?
I was just going to say could take a look. I mean, I don't have to come up for air.
I was going to say the same thing. Shall we go down together?
Sure, why not?
Juna jumps off her quarterstaff and casts... Oh, no. First of all, she lands Orin. I was going to say...
Orin is like...
Splat.
She lands Orin. And she sort of jumps off path or the boat, wherever she sort of landed him, and casts Alter Self. And as she jumps in the air, she gets gills and webbing between her fingers.
Oh, yeah.
That's the spell I should have prepped today that I didn't.
And jumps into the pool.
Amazing.
Just because I've been dying to use that version of that spell since I got
That's
it.
cool.
That's very cool.
You coming in, Kidu? She says. As her gills like waft while she's talking.
His eyebrows twitch like, okay, yeah, let's go. And he dives in.
Mm-hmm. Still holding Gaius, or
Oh, right. I let go.
dragging Gaia through the water?
I let guys drop like 5 feet in the air, like, and just
Poor guy.
just let go, let him land, and then I'll just like continue the flight into the water, and then end concentration.
Yeah, the two of you diving down. Again, I can just describe it. You don't have to worry about breathing or nothing. Probably about 10 foot down, 10, 15 feet down, you hit the bottom of this pool, the end of this, like, of the constructed brickwork. But it does open up into just natural stone and rock. You can see that the water is being pulled out in this direction. So you sort of follow it through. And after about 2 minutes, you start seeing sort of pulling yourself through this like kelp-covered rock and fairly narrow pathways. You do reach a point that you can see light, actual light coming through the water above you. Yeah, you reckon the whole thing takes you less than 2 minutes to get from the pool out. But yeah, you swim up just to be sure, stick your head up, and you can see Drostad about 15 minutes away, round the shore.
Wow. Shortcut.
But where you are, you're not too far from a rocky outcropping that you reckon you could climb up on.
How far away are we from the rest of the group when we come up?
Well, it's hard to tell because of like where you've come from and like the little route you've had to take. But like I say, it only took about 2 minutes to get from where they were to where you are now.
Shall we go back and tell them?
Can we a quick whip around, see anything else like people or anything?
Yeah?
Make a perception check if you want.
Both of us or just Errol?
One of you with advantage.
Go for it.
So that was 14. That was 15. So.
From where you are, obviously, it's been hard to tell what time of day it is. You've realised the entire time that you've been in the Wingthrups, but it's probably looking at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see some people over on the dock in Drostad, 1 or 2 boats further off on the lake, but nobody too close to the shore where you are.
It seems safe. Yeah, let's tell the
And we definitely need to get out.
Yeah, we
don't
do.
we?
As you're heading back. Again, probably takes you about 2 minutes to get to
As
the
we're
others.
heading back, Juna tries to like hold Enkidu's hand while they're swimming.
There are times that is wholly uncomfortable because of the very narrow rocks you're squeezing through.
And the fact that you're trying to use your hands to swim.
I know, right? Has Juna got flippers?
Yeah. Orin, Gaius and Gwendolyn, the others are gone for about 5 minutes altogether. What are you three doing? Chatting about? Having a paddle, sitting on the upturned boat, trying to stay balanced.
Ooh, you got on the rough side of Enkidu there, Guy. I know it from personal experience.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see if he helped save me or not. I wanted to know if it was my friend there. I still don't know, Gwen. And I'm really scared by that.
I think he was trying to show he cared. I think he's just been through a lot and maybe didn't show it as gently as he might.
Yeah. I just, I look at him, I see somebody, but I want it to be the right somebody, and I'm scared it's not. I just don't know. I'm really confused by everything. And yeah, I think I am just really scared. And it's not okay that it's happening to someone who I care about, because Normally that's just me, Gwen. And normally I can just bail out, but this is a friend who's going through stuff and I want to see him okay. But I just don't know how that's possible. So, I'm okay. Sorry I did that. I won't do it again.
Yeah, it wasn't a bright idea.
You guys okay?
How are you, Orin?
I don't know. Oh man, there's a lot going on, isn't there? And I don't really know where we fit into it and quite how I feel about making a king, if I'm honest. Whoever it is. And certainly not for a family that it turns out we're part of, Guy. That I...
Oh my god, yeah. I just go over and I give him a big hug.
Oh, yeah.
I give him a big, huge hug.
Are we cousins? I don't even know. That's weird.
Extend my arm so I'm looking him straight in the eye and be like, a wise woman once told me, family in this life is everything. And you know what? Hey, I haven't been proud of a member of my family for a very long time, so come here. And I'll give him the biggest old hug.
Orin will go in for the hug, and then I think at some point we'll just sort of go, I guess you're the first family I've known. Yeah. I guess I kind of set out looking for family, and I've just realised in this moment that I found it a few weeks ago, I guess, and didn't know. Huh. Yeah.
Oh, you guys. Gwendolyn comes and gives them a big hug around the outside of it.
And I am intrigued about who the rest of the family is and who the rest of Volus and Hemlock and what that's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, Guy, you don't look too good. And Orin's then going to pull out the bees and set them to work on Guy to do a little bit of curing wounds.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
8 hit points back for you, Guy.
Thank you.
And just as they're sort of doing their work, Juna and Enkidu's heads pop up out of the water.
Oh.
It's only a 2-minute swim. So if you can hold your breath for 2 minutes, you'll be fine.
Shortcut to Drostad on the other side.
Yeah. It's just right there.
Can I hold my breath for 2 minutes?
Sure.
Isn't it like
It's a rule, isn't there? Yeah.
I think the rule is 1 plus your constitution modifier number of minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I reckon I can hold my breath for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I could do that. How about you, Gwen?
I think I can manage to. No more, though.
Yeah.
Is it easy to navigate?
Yes, one of us could show the way and the other can bring up the rear for anyone that's struggling.
Oh, hang on. Who's going at the front?
Before we go, I just have realised I'm going to need to change Ruana.
Oh, can't you just zap her into her interdimensional space?
Yeah, you can,
I will do that. Yes.
So you take the owl and in the water. just drown this owl.
Ruana, I'll see you on the flip side.
Just these feathers just flapping across the surface of the pond.
Get under, Ruana.
It's like drowning this poor owl.
And then she just goes, and she dies.
She doesn't even float at the top. She's just gone.
She doesn't look like she likes it.
She's one of them water owls.
Yeah, interdimensional space. That's the one.
Brilliant.
It's good for her to learn.
Oh, gosh.
That's like Orin with Aggie.
Yeah. Come on, Aggie. Oh, Orin's going to take Aggie through the water. Come,
Make
Aggie.
her swim.
Aggie doesn't need to breathe, does she?
No, and she's a
fine.
goose.
She's a goose. So as you all, who's leading? Who's following?
I'll go at the top then. I'll go front.
You leading? Okay. Hang on. Take this.
I'll go at the back then.
Okay, both take this then. I'll hand them both a torch from my inventory, which I've rubbed some phosphorus on so it glows underwater. You can lead the way.
Yeah. Okay, I take the torch and I give it to Gaius. It's like, I'm fine.
Okay, I got the torch, and I'll follow Enkidu.
Nice. As you're all sort of diving down, yeah, Enkidu disappears into this little crevice underwater between all of the rocks, and everyone is following through. Can you all make, not Juna and Enkidu, can the rest of you make athletics checks, please?
I thought we were about to get attacked by a fish or something.
And the rocks close in on you.
I'm swimming directly behind Enkidu whilst trying not to look at his modesty.
I mean, I'm clothed, right? I'm clothed.
Oh yeah, he's got all armor on.
But only armor.
But that new armor is pretty tight. Yeah. What? 18 for
Is it
Orion?
like he's wearing assless chaps if it's armor, but like he's not got anything else underneath?
I thought it was a full outfit.
No, it's like it's a full body suit
Assless.
Okay.
with gloves and boots.
I
Yeah.
What
just
is with
imagine.
this?
Your hair studded leather. Your head goes to assless chaps.
Goes certain places.
I'm just imagining armor without clothes underneath. So I'm just like, how does that work?
Yeah.
I'm picturing more like almost like a Batman onesie, like you know, like
cool.
a full but with like
Okay.
silver things on it. But
Oh, that's much cooler than I was
fun.
imagining.
Yeah.
yeah,
No Small Role listeners, fan art would be greatly appreciated.
yeah.
Of
Give
assless
us
chaps.
the
How would
full
you
range.
like
Give us
Enkidu
some.
to be looking right now?
Oh, no.
So toned.
We'll dress Daryl in the best of
In the appropriate,
real
that'll
life.
be the cosplay going forward.
Oh my gosh, the skin tight batsuit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sophia, can we get the official art changed?
Can the batsuit have nipples on it?
Yes.
Batman Forever.
I got a 14 for my athletic.
18.
14, amazing. 18, and Gwendolyn?
10.
10, okay.
Oh, Gwendolyn.
Why couldn't you do acrobatics?
Because it's not about how nimble you are. So as you're sort of pulling you through, it's actually all of the like the kelp on the rocks, and with Gaius and Orin sort of going ahead. By the time you get to it, Gwendolyn, like it's even harder to like get an actual grip because everything they've already gripped is just coming off in your hands.
Oh no.
So you watch Enkidu, Orin, and Gaius get out, and you get to the point that you can see the light above you, but you cannot hold your breath any longer. And you just take a small intake, and I believe what is your Constitution modifier?
1.
Okay, cool. You've got 6 seconds to get up to the surface.
Can I start like pushing her up? Can I help? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm behind
absolutely.
her.
So,
Like, with
make
my
another
quarter
athletics
staff.
check with advantage because Juna, seeing you have that brief moment of like, starts shoving you.
Oh, natural 20 makes 21.
Yeah, so you get up right to break the surface almost like forcefully.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, I'll just
yeah, if
hold
we
it
could
up
see
to
the
the
dice.
camera.
Brilliant.
Oh, wait,
Two.
wait.
You rolled a
Hang on.
2.
No, I can't do it proper.
Freeze,
I've
I'm
not
going to
got
take
the
your
technique.
picture for the
Wait a minute,
social
there we go.
medias. Done.
Glorious. So yeah, you break the surface almost with some force, with Juna sort of throwing you up behind, and like cough and splutter.
Can my hair flip like when Ariel comes out of the sea for the first time as a human and she's like,
Yeah. Yeah,
But a green
Gaius,
hair.
Orin, and Enkidu, that's what you see, is this like, this hair flick, which is beautiful and then is instantly ruined by...
Oh, the kelp.
Yep. Oh,
It's all over.
Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice.
Okay, better out than in. Better out than in. That's what I've always said. Just let it all out. Let it all out.
Oh, I hate seeing people be sick because they're not.
oh no.
Oh no. I'll stay away from me then.
Akili just takes one step to the right away from Gaius. Like, oh gosh.
yeah,
What when Keely can vomit anymore?
No, but he just wants vomit
that's
on
a
him.
question.
On him. Oh, gosh.
But you all, paddle over to the shore, pull yourselves out, soaking wet, but sat in the sunshine.
Are you okay, Gwen?
Yeah, just
Would you like a
Whenever
nice
on the
calming
whole-
tea or something?
anything to get rid of the taste of
Yeah.
salt. Oh.
Why
that
was it salty?
Oh no, it's a lake, not
Pond water.
You get saltwater lakes,
Yeah, it's a saltwater lake, guys.
just not this one.
Just not this one. Such a dick.
A-level geography is coming out.
It's taste of Oxbow Lake. Weird.
Is that like oxtail soup?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Hang on.
Yeah.
You can get it in Sainsbury's.
Why are there so many mentions of Oxbow Lakes across these episodes?
It means we've got to keep the previous one in now.
Exactly.
Continuity.
Yeah. I just throw things in an episode later just to challenge us as editors to see if we notice.
Oh, that's you, is it? Oh. So, with you all out on the shore, I was about to say on the deck, but you get down with boats. No boats on the shoreline. You pulled yourself onto the rocks. What are you all doing?
So if Drostad is in this direction, which way? Back to Ferrocines?
Yeah, we can probably skirt around the outside of Drostad, can't we? Because she was on the outskirts.
On the way, we should do Gwen's idea of just sending a quick message. Juno, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Oh, yeah. Are you happy to do that, Junior? Otherwise, I can use this. And he pulls out the book and then is like, oh, it's soaking wet. I'm going to have to leave this out to dry for a couple of hours, I think, before I can...
Yeah.
I should have put it in the bag of holding. That was a...
Oh.
That's okay. It'll dry out. I'll put it in the sun. It'll be fine. It's magic.
Any time we can put 2 more things in here, so might as well use it.
I think, yes, even though we know there's a high chance that the Wingthrups know everything we're doing, we still need to act as though there's a chance that they don't know everything and that we can try and protect people a little bit more.
Yeah.
And whether they know or not, either way, we can hopefully protect them.
Oh, yes.
What do we want to send to them? I'd rather just send 1 message rather than 2, because I am spending spells like there's no tomorrow.
We'll just tell them that we're safe, and we're coming back to visit and check in.
Check that's safe for us to come and visit. If not, tell them to meet us on the beach.
I mean, we're like a day. How far is it? No, it took most of a day to get there from Drostad, right?
Not to Ferrocine and Myra's house. No.
Only a couple of hours. Not too long.
Yeah, maybe mention we know something about her parents.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a trap, though, doesn't it?
It does.
We're back. We're safe. We know about your parents.
That is kind of the truth, though.
It is the truth, but how would they read it? I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, if I know Myra, she'll read it wrong coming from me and take it as some sort of offence.
Maybe message Ferrocine then.
Mm-hmm. That's 16 words. We've got a bit more space in the tweet.
Tell him Cousin Guy says hi.
Do you want to say anything, Oren?
Oh, no, I'll tell her in person. I want to see the look on her face.
Does anyone have a bag of some sort?
I got this
Bag?
tea caddy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I got a satchel.
What's
I
the
got
bag
a
you want?
backpack.
I've got a backpack.
Can you hold Erida's head, please?
Whoa,
Because I've just got it in my hand.
Do we need to keep it?
It's proof, just in case. I mean, once we're out of away from them, I could turn it into something else or just chuck it away.
okay.
I'm assuming that will not fit in the tea caddy of holding
No, I don't
mouth.
think so.
It would be a bit of a struggle to get that in, yeah.
We'd need to compress it a bit more.
Yeah. You can't put it in here.
I can put it in my backpack.
Yeah, Oren, probably your best bet if you want to have a little look at it.
Maybe you can tinker with it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of turning it
look.
into a shield myself.
Ooh.
Into a shield. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
I think I can do that.
nice. Yeah, I'll look after it.
Yeah, sure. Just in case we need proof. In case Ferrocine can't believe the crazy things we have to tell her.
Grace here, keeping you updated with all things No Small Roles related. No Small Questions is back. We'll be recording on Thursday the 16th of September at 8 p.m. BST. So, to have your questions considered, please get them to us by then. As usual, you can send them in via social media. We are at No Small Roles on Twitter and Instagram. You can search No Small Roles on Facebook and even post your questions in our lovely Discord chat. You'll find the link in our show notes. Myself, Ben and David will be in Superfan Sam's hot seat, and Patreons will be invited to hang out with us live in the Zoom. If you too want to be in the Zoom where it happens, the Zoom where it happens, the Zoom where it happens, head over to www.patreon.com/No Small Roles. Talking of Patreon, we have an amazing new supporter. Shout out to Kyle Wilcox. Big love and big rolls to you. This episode marks the end of our Wingthrup arc, and we'll be joining our heroes again in November. But do not fear, dear listeners, crumpets and rollers. Not only will the next instalments of the glorious Superfan Chats and No Small Questions be heading your way, we will also be treating you to a Candlekeep adventure throughout October, with the delightful Daryl Bailey as our DM. That's all from me for now. Let's get you back to the beach.
I will take the head and I'll put it in my backpack, and I will have a quick look at it as I do, just to see how mechanical or otherwise it looks, just while I'm putting it in super quickly.
Make an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
That's what Ben likes to hear.
Natural 3 for an 8.
It looks pretty mechanical. Where it's sort of broken off at the neck, there are bits of wire and gearing sort of sticking out. Again, all broken and twisted. And the face has been bashed in a little bit. You can see almost like through the parts of skin, you can see bits of like actual metal sort of shining through.
Okay. Yeah, Orin, thinking to himself of all the cool things he could make with some of that, sticks in his bag.
Strip it for parts.
Can Enkidu make an insight check on Orin?
Absolutely, yeah. Orin, feel free to make a persuasion or deception check. Let us know which.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, mate.
I mean, you say that.
12. So that's 13 minus 1.
So you read straight through Orin.
Look, I'm saving that.
Yeah, me too.
It's useful materials.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
So the message reads for me to send, we're safe and coming back to visit. Is it safe? We know something about your parents. Cousin Guy says hi. You can reply, I can't.
Very, very thorough, Juna. Excellent.
Yes?
Yeah.
Bling.
I'm enjoying this new sound effect.
After a brief moment, you do hear Ferricine's voice coming back, being like, safe at my place. On way home from work soon. Can you make another stew? Last one was great. Thanks.
I like Pharisee.
Classic student.
Yeah.
I
Please make me food.
hope she's not
Food.
tricking us.
Can you make
She's on her way home from work, which is at the WCI.
Yeah. Oh, we could have just saved some time and just gone straight there and just met her there.
I bet she was there waving at the harbour while we just all bobbed down like, guys, hello?
Guys, there's a waterfall down there.
We'll find out.
Just come up here and I'll take you through.
I've got an ID card to beep, beep. Oh, let me add Erida's head to my equipment list.
I mean, you're not going to keep it for long.
It's in our equipment list. It's my growing equipment list.
Enkidu comes round to getting and asking for it, and Orin's like, well, I have these wires left. You can have...
This bit of metal wasn't useful, so you can have that. He's a magpie.
What are you guys doing next? Are you going to head to Ferricine's? Are you going through town? Are you going around town?
Round town?
Around town.
Round town.
Yeah, not through town, I don't think.
Around town. Do we have to go around town to get to Ferricine's?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Around town.
While we're walking around, I'm going to keep an eye out for a dragon.
I mean,
Fair shout.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gwendolyn is also scanning the skies.
Cool. I mean, I'd say make a perception check, but there isn't a dragon in the skies, unfortunately.
If I roll a natural 20 as a dragon, no, I didn't.
As you are skirting the town, there are some trees, some low bushes. There's not a huge amount of foliage to hide behind, but you're welcome to try and make a stealth check as a group to sort of not draw any attention to yourselves from any passers-by on the roads and things.
everyone, wait a second. And I kind of like focus in, touch my chest, close my fist, and then like wave amongst the group and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah.
So add a 10 to whatever you roll for stealth.
Thanks, because I needed that.
And we have to stay near you, don't we, for this one?
Yeah.
In that case, I got 28.
Oh, I rolled well,
Oh my
guys.
gosh, I rolled terrible.
Oh no, I didn't get 28. With 10, you gave us 10.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
10.
And I got 34.
I also got 34.
Tight. I got 20.
25.
I rolled a natural 2, which means
Oh.
it's an 18.
Oof. I mean, even that's still alright.
I think some of your cogs are squeaking.
Yeah. So yeah, Enkidu, you get thrown off because as you sort of activate this spell, the silver markings around the torso darken, and it's almost as if smoke pours out of them and like then sucks itself back in. And you can see along with it, like shadows seem to just be like coalescing around all of you, just that little bit more. Just enough that it, no matter where it is that you walk, it just feels darker. Which seems to have a better effect on everybody else. But because you are quite distracted by it, being in the center, like the epicenter of this like shadow zone, you are like tripping and fumbling your way through. But yeah, you skirt your way around the town. At one point, you do sort of have to creep closer to a few buildings, but actually, with this shadow magic playing around all of you, it's not an issue at all. Nobody notices. And it's not long before you're back on the familiar road outside of town toward Ferricine's house.
Talking of familiars, I summon Ruana back.
Hey! Ring! Isn't that the noise we make?
Yeah. For all of Juna's spells now. Generic Juna noise.
I'll do away with all of the theme music I've got, shall I? Just... So, as you are on the journey, are you talking about anything, or you just want to sort of power on through and get there?
No, I imagine we're just sneaking around
Just
quietly.
sort of powering through.
Yeah.
Nice.
Concentrating,
Yeah.
staying alert.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in which case, it takes a couple of hours for you to get there. Part of it is trying to remember exactly the way that Myra had led you beforehand. But eventually, it gets to probably about 6, 7 in the evening. You see, the sun is still up, but you see the familiar sight of the Ferricine's cottage and the shed opposite, the little courtyard out the front. Interestingly, what you do notice is that the golem is not there in the courtyard anymore.
Oh no.
Okay.
Are there signs of life in either of the buildings, in the workshop or the house?
Make a perception check, Orin.
16!
16. Not from the cottage, but there does seem to be a bit of smoke coming out of a chimney from the shed workshop.
Oh, good. Okay, I think they're in there. Should we go knock?
Yes.
Stealthily.
I shall knock stealthily on the door.
Well, stealthy in approach, yeah.
I shall put some cotton wool on the door and then knock on the cotton wool.
As you approach, you do see that the door is slightly ajar anyway. And sort of peeking in, you can see both Ferricine and Myra sat at the far end. Myra seems to be working on something, whilst Ferricine is explaining... You can't hear what Ferricine is explaining. You can hear Ferricine chatting, idly.
I'll stick my head in the door and go, "Hi, we're..."
Oh, bloody hell! Ferricine is like, ugh. And Myra's like, oh, it's Orin.
And Kidu's head will appear on top of Orin's like, is everything okay?
And it's Enkidu!
Kind of.
Yes, everyone's here.
Kind of.
Guy's really excited about what's happening. He'll pop his head on top of Enkidu's and go, and I'm here too!
And it's the new cousin! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Juna does Eliza Minnelli at the Oscars and tries to peek in.
Gwendolyn just looks in through the window.
But they both come over to you, quite excited. And Myra's like, Gaius, so are you actually, like my cousin now? Is that was it you? Were you the Wingthrop? Because I really hoped that it wasn't Orin, and so it would be amazing if it was you.
Well, listen, cuz.
Were you just joking? Were you just joking?
No. Like the golems and stuff were like, hey, yo, Wingthrop detected. And then I went in there and they were like, yo, you're a Wingthrop. And I was like, damn. And then they were like, yeah. And I was like, what? And yeah. So I'm like stamp approved. I am a Wingthrop. Well, I'm a distant cousin, because my dad, who I don't really know very well, is related to the Wingthrops. So you and me, we are family.
That's so cool, Gaius.
Oh, you just wait, because there's even better news.
Is there?
About people being in your family.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I guess I'm your cousin too.
Ta-da!
Oh, both of you.
Jazz hands.
Silence.
Okay, I mean, well, that would kind of explain your intelligence, Orin. But obviously you've not had the refined training that me and Ferricine have had. I understand that, so welcome to the family. I'm going to be polite to my distant cousin.
Thank you.
That's big of you, Myra.
I've been learning a lot, Enkidu.
Good. So have we.
Yeah.
That's very cool what you're wearing, Enkidu. Where did you get that?
One of your cousins designed it, I think.
Not Orin.
Do you know Coggy?
Coggian. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you do?
Oh, okay. Coggian did that.
I think it was a prototype he had submitted, perhaps, maybe.
He's like Orin, in which sometimes his things don't work properly. You need to be very careful, Enkidu, wearing that, okay?
Yeah. Noted.
My stuff is reasonably reliable.
Orin.
Yes.
Orin.
Yes.
I've been working on my own invisibility thing, actually.
Oh. Have you?
Would you like to see how it should look?
Why am I so happy to see Myra again?
I would be interested to see your version.
Well, come along and I will demonstrate to you how to do it properly.
Okay.
She just sounds like Joe Lycett to me now.
She does.
I will go over with her to have a look at her invisibility thing.
She sort of walks over and shows you this almost like a torque necklace that sort of is still open. She's still working on it. But as she's showing you that, Ferricine hangs back with the rest of you. So, first of all, yes, I'd love dinner. Thank you. That's Scottish. She's gone too far north.
Is it because you'd like a Scotch broth? Is that what just happened?
Oh, yeah.
there?
That'd be great. Yeah, so dinner'd be great, but you were worried about it being safe. Kind of read into your tone that, yeah. I mean, great that you're all alive and that's wonderful, but something's up, right?
Yes.
I was saying it's all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, basically everyone apart from Orin.
Yeah, I'm off with Myra.
We probably shouldn't stay too long.
No.
Did you fail the tests?
Yes and no.
Oh.
We could talk over dinner.
All right. Yeah, if you got time.
The golem is gone. Did they come and take it away?
Yeah, because that one been activated. They said they'd get me a new one before my birthday.
When is your birthday, Ferricine?
Not for a couple of months.
Whew.
So you have time.
Okay, we need to talk.
Juna's gone off to make dinner, so the process of dinner has already been started, just so everyone knows.
Sure. And so this thing connects to that thing, Orin.
It's very good. It's excellent.
Do you know what those things are called, or shall I explain those to you?
No, I think I can
Just
figure
set
it out.
things.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yep.
And so that whole projection thing that you've got going on,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's wonderful that you've used eyelashes and gum and mirrors.
Well, look, I told you the eyelash wasn't really meant to be in there. I mean, I was just using the bit of gum and I don't know.
Well, actually, the gum is very useful, and I've used that over here, you can see. And that's why when you switch this thing, it will just make you invisible. So what I'm saying is perhaps you should be a little bit more refined in your designs.
Okay.
Because it's possible.
Well, maybe that's something I've learned for you. And actually, okay, fine. Look, I've tried to make something that you made as well. And Orin will pull out his travelling workshop and go, look, okay, fine. Look, this was based on your design. And
Oh, wow.
yes.
No, that's good. Because now you can... Because that is the thing with your designs, Orin, is that you haven't had a place to actually work on them properly. Because you've just been like, I don't know, in the dirt or something. So,
Okay, right.
so now you have a whole table, so that's really good.
It sounds like she's being nice, but
So condescending.
The words say one thing and the tone says something completely
Yeah.
different.
Like, she is being nice.
Thank you, Myra. Right. Okay, let's put the travelling workshop away and go and get some dinner, shall we, Myra?
Yes. How was the workshop? Was it great? Did you learn anything fun?
Yeah, I don't know if we should chat about this probably over dinner.
So it wasn't fun?
It wasn't what I hoped it might be, no.
Did you learn anything about my parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really sorry, Myra.
It's okay.
Yeah. But...
And she sort of picks up the talk that she's got, sort of like packs it away where she is, starts walking inside.
Yeah. Do you have other family now, though?
Well. Okay. Gaius is funny.
He jumped off a waterfall.
What?
Long story. I'll tell you at dinner.
And yeah, she sort of carries on walking back to the others. And Ferrocene sort of leads you all in to the kitchen. What are you making for dinner, Gina?
Nettle and potato soup.
Ooh. Nettle's very good for us.
Is that a thing?
In real life, I learned how to forage nettles and cook them with potatoes in a soup, so I thought it would be a thing she could have found just around.
What does nettle taste like? Is it bitter?
No, like woody? Kind of woody salady.
I know it may sound stupid, but does it sting your tongue, though, to eat it?
No, if you boil stinging nettles, it boils the hairs off and then they don't sting anymore. And then they turn tasty and really good for you. So that's going into Juna's repertoire now.
Love it.
Myra, seeing you cooking stinging nettles, when it gets to it, eats the potatoes, bit of the broth.
Yes, Myra.
You are just like Enkidu, you are. Not trusting my cooking.
Oh, there's a question. Does Enkidu eat the dinner?
Are we eating now? Are we at the table?
Yeah.
Enkidu gets served.
Yeah, he gets served.
bowl.
But he's picking at his food. He's just staring at it, just pushing the food around.
The whole dinner does have an air of tension whilst nobody is sort of explaining anything. The two girls aren't asking a lot of questions, but they're kind of like waiting for answers.
Kid will push his plate just away from him a little bit and say, I guess we should start small. First things first.
All right, then I'll go first.
Wait. Elementals, they're not elementals. They're wildlife from the area, broken down and converted into energy to power contraptions that your family are creating in their workshop. That's the truth of elementals. And it's harnessed in a battery, much like how you're using. But they're also transitioning out of that and using a new discovered energy, one that we couldn't figure out or were allowed to find out about. So that's one thing.
Both of the girls sort of look at each other for a moment, especially when you're talking about where elementals come from.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that they already knew that.
Fuckers.
They trap them.
Yeah.
There's a whole trap.
Having,
They trap them.
Working with the trapper company.
Oh gosh,
They're like, yep. But then with the explanation that perhaps there's something else, that is news to them. No, Ferrocene kind of like continues nodding, putting things together in her head that of course like that's probably how the arms did their things. Okay. Yeah. So they're on board.
Also, this is where I might have to work a bit backwards, but Your ancestor, Erida, collected a lot of information towards the end of her life and put it together in a big collection called the Codex. It's information mainly comprised of Wingthrops or people who could be associated with the family. And that information was stored in the Codex. And the term for this transition is being codified.
Ferrocene frowns at that point.
Myra, you're a clever girl. I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say that your parents have been codified. Their knowledge and experiences have been added to Erida's, and what came back was something different.
She nods slowly. So, they're gone, but not really.
They're gone in the way that you knew them.
Yes.
Which I'm sure you discovered way before any of us did. But here's another thing, not to confuse you further, but anyone who has been, who's had their mind added to this codex can be spoken to through it. It's some kind of device that allows you to speak to the memory of the person that's been added. But we weren't allowed to speak to your parents. We were not allowed.
Is it because they're still walking around?
Possibly. We couldn't speak to Quanta either, and she's walking around.
Yeah. Myra looks up at Ferrocene. Yeah. Just going back, right. Codified. Who is it? Who is it that they're codifying? Okay, so family members, from what you're saying.
Yeah, people who take the test.
People who've failed the test.
What about other people?
Anyone who qualifies to take the test can be codified.
Who else?
No.
Thinking
Like people.
You're thinking of someone, Ferrocene. Who are you thinking of?
We get a lot of soldiers through the WCI.
Oh no.
And I'd heard of. There's this thing on some of the documents that reads Codex candidate.
Oh no.
Sometimes it just says codified, sometimes it says denied. Normally it's like the proper heroic ones that have been codified.
Them too.
Or
them too.
Strategic,
yes.
Yes. Generals and commanders and that.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Those as well.
So what?
They have
We've seen them.
a lot of bodies that having the minds of soldiers go into would be very useful.
And they're in storage. Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I'm clear, Ferrocene. So what, you get soldiers coming to the WCR because they're injured?
Yeah.
And rather than get patched up, sent on their way, they're, sent up river, as it were?
Well, yeah, the ones that are normally confirmed codified, they're the ones that get sent into the workshop for, like, more intensive treatment or whatnot.
I'm guessing you've never seen them.
But they come back.
Oh, you've seen them again?
Yeah.
They come back different?
No, we had one a couple of days ago. The guy needed his arm taken off.
Oh.
But he came back, it was all done, he was fine, he had a new prosthetic on his arm.
Right.
Was he the guy who we saw?
It's the guy
being
we operated on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think we saw that person.
I suppose they can't take everyone, otherwise
Yeah.
people wouldn't keep sending soldiers this way.
It would be impossible to keep secret. Thousands of soldiers going missing.
Do any disappear that you know? Or
I mean, sometimes if they can't even open up at the workshop, sure, it happens, but not often. Most of the time, the ones that go up come back again, and they're not fake.
No.
They're real.
How do you know they're real? Because like we've seen people be replaced.
Because they got prosthetics on them. They got prosthetics with them on their arms.
Do they bleed? Do they just come back like brand spanking new, or
no, still covered in scars and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just with bits added fixed.
What about their appetite? Were you able to observe their appetite, sleeping habits?
Yeah. Oh, we don't let them go until they're up and fighting again, basically.
Right.
They eat, they sleep, then they're fine.
Huh.
Well, I say they're fine. Not to begin with, obviously.
Of course.
And some of these come back with information saying codified.
Yeah, on their notes.
Oh, man.
Perhaps it's possible to take this information from somebody without
Yeah.
taking their life.
To just absorb the info.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been sent back with their personalities intact. It's just that Briskin and Pepetta were a special case. That's why we weren't allowed to find out what exactly had been done.
So you're saying Myra's parents, Quanta,
They're different.
they're... Right.
I think 2 different things are happening.
A lot of different things are happening.
Okay, more than 2 then. But some people are getting transformed. And some people are just getting...
Uploaded?
like, drained of knowledge and sent back again, or scanned, if that's a word that exists in this world, which it probably isn't.
Ferricine, do you want to be codified?
Not now, no.
Yeah, because, like, speaking from experience, when you go in there, you know, and you're doing all those tests and things, you know, sure, the pursuit of being challenged, of, like, overcoming that challenge, of being, you know, being assigned into the Wingthrup inner circle is fun, but then you recognize that it's a big cost. And we wanted to come here as well to not just tell you about Myra's mom and dad, but to warn you and to let you know that, hey, you go into this, that's what's going to happen. I mean, we wanted to tell you that.
Do you get codified straight away then?
No, there are 3 levels of rank with the testing. You get a recruit, then there's a captain, and then there's a commander, which is what Quanta is, for example. And each rank affords you a certain amount of knowledge from Everida. Those who take the commander test, succeed or fail, are candidates for being codified.
It's a no-win situation.
Myra's like, is that what... Because when my parents went, they were taking another test.
Do you know which one?
Is that what they were doing?
Quite possibly.
I don't know. It was like a big family meeting, but they got everyone who was senior in the family to go and do it.
Yeah, commander test.
I think if they pass, they'll be codified and given these new bodies, and if they don't pass, they'll be codified and not given new bodies.
Right, they'll fail the test like you can normally. Okay. Interesting.
But if you fail anywhere along the line, you'll be codified.
Yeah.
And repurposed.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
It does, Myra. You wouldn't be yourself. Just like your parents aren't your parents, you wouldn't be you.
Not out here, maybe, but in the Codex.
But Myra, there are so many things you haven't had a chance to choose from. You haven't had a chance to think about. Would you like to have children one day? Would you like to keep enjoying the food that you enjoy?
Gross.
The feel of rain on your skin, air on your tongue.
Going to see the world.
You don't get to tinker if you're the Codex, Myra.
What do you mean you don't get to tinker if you're in the Codex? Because if you're in the Codex, you know everything, so you can just keep working on stuff, right?
But you don't get to actually physically build it anymore.
Because you're not real.
And it's not yours. It's the collective.
Yeah.
Oh, that does not sound so good.
No.
Yeah.
And if you were codified now, Myra, you'd never grow tall.
You'd always be shorter than me.
There are other families that tinker. And if you want to get away from the Wingthrups, then maybe I can find somewhere for you to go.
Myra looks at you, squinty eyes.
Gwendolyn squints back, but with a smile.
Ferricine is like, to like bakers?
Like bakers, yes.
I mean, I think Gwendolyn's right, Myra. This was probably not best for us. And we can just pretend to be bakers?
I've seen some of their baking inventions. They're quite impressive.
I think you could be very valuable and hopefully have a bit more control over your own decisions in life.
Myra folds her arms. But won't they come looking for us?
The Wingthrops.
Yes.
Other people have left in the past, you've told me. Other people have run away.
We heard about one when we were in there.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps you've heard of them.
Kay? What was his name?
Causticus.
Causticus.
And Eramir.
Causticus.
Causticus, Eramir, and Findergolf.
Causticus Findergolf is the name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Causticus
And Eramir
Findergolf.
Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forget. Kay is actually his dad.
They're your parents.
potentially.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
It's your pops.
It's
son.
your dad.
It's me pops.
It's your dad. Come on.
Causticus.
Your dad had to get out of Dodge.
Oh, no, it's Causticus Winthrop.
Yeah, but Causticus,
Causticus
isn't in
Findergolf.
the,
Findergolf Winthrop.
in the Codex.
Yeah.
Or
Ferricine goes, right, yeah, that were his name. Causticus.
what you?
Do you know
Well,
Do you know much about him?
not much, just that he's used as a bit of a boogeyman story for us kids. You know, don't run away, don't fail the tests, you'll be rubbish. Anyway, I think you're right. I think it best we go. I think it probably best we go to be bakers for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you think that is? Because it's better to be hiding with people than it is to be hiding by yourself on the run.
Yes. To Pryden. If you can get yourself to Pryden, I can get word there, and there will be people who will look after you. I think.
All right. Ferricine sort of stands up, turns around, starts walking upstairs. Myra sits there sullenly for a little bit. She keeps saying bakers, but I told her that you're a rose, so I don't know why she's keeping... I think she's just being polite, Gwendolyn.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping up my secret identity, Myra.
Well, I didn't, though. I told her.
Well, that's okay, because I trust Ferricine. And you trust Ferricine too, don't you?
I do, yes.
There we go.
Does this mean I can actually be Jenny Rose?
Well, you could certainly introduce yourself as Jenny Rose.
Oh my god, I'm going to tell your dad that I'm actually a long-lost daughter, and then he'll just have to adopt me.
I mean, considering this guy's history.
I mean, maybe.
Just turning up with children.
Which one are you again? Oh, gosh, goodness sake. Better come in.
Which wife?
Describe your mother for me.
Ah, yes.
How old are you
she
again?
was
Let me backtrack.
Oh, yes, I was in Carth that year.
So, are you all safe?
For now, yes.
That feels like a very hard question to answer.
We're safe enough to have been able to come here, but there's a lot going on, isn't there, in Kidu at the moment?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
And he's just looking at Myra. And he looks away.
Do you think that they know that you're here?
Probably.
But hopefully not. We don't know anything for sure, but it's possible.
Yeah.
It's probably the reason why. It's probably the reason why we can't go to Pryden with you. So they might have eyes on us, but if we're in a different place to you guys, maybe you'll be off the grid. I think that's a phrase that Oren taught me. I don't know exactly what a grid is, but I assume it's what that means.
It's like when you've got... Oren will probably explain it better. You should really learn these things, guy, if you're going to be a cousin.
Well, I'm not very good with like the fuses and the wires and things. I use I use my innovativity. That's a word. I come up with words,
Okay, you need to come up with some better words. Listen, if we're going to form a whole new family that is not part of the Wingthrops, then maybe you should take some lessons from Oren. I can't believe I've just said that.
Trust me, kid. I'm doing it already.
Okay.
Do you think you can travel safely to Carth? Does that seem like a safe journey from here?
Yes, I know the best boat to go and get on.
Fantastic. I think
it's called the Chug-along, and Hallie will have to take me wherever I go, or I'll tell her that the Wingthrops are going to hunt her down and take her brain out.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Maybe keep a lid on how many people you threaten
Maybe
that with.
Yeah. Don't throw the name around too much, Myra. Yeah.
Oh, right, yes, because I'm a rose now.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But maybe also don't throw that name around too much either.
Well, it serves us well, doesn't it? But a bum.
You can say you're a quill if you like.
Gaius, what's your surname?
It's. I mean, you could have asked anyone else here, kid. But the thing is, you say my name, my last name. It might get you into trouble as well.
Okay, I'm not going to go around the whole circle and ask everybody. I'll just be a rose.
Roses are the best.
Rose.
Yeah. Nice and simple.
I just, I hope that you'll be able to travel safely with Ferrocene, and I feel nervous about sending you on your own.
It's going to be okay, Gwendolyn, because I can turn invisible now. And Ferrocene has apparently been able to do that for quite some time, so...
Okay.
We will just hold hands, and we'll be invisible, and we'll make it the whole way there, and we'll be fine.
Sounds very sensible.
Fantastic.
I'll choose to believe in you, Myra.
Thank you, Enkidu. Finally, somebody with some sense.
And Enkidu will mouth to Gwendolyn, she'll be fine.
Good. You hold on to that bonnet. That'll be a good way of them being able to recognise you as a rose. And I should probably get round to writing a letter before you arrive there. She looks at Orin.
Yeah.
How's that book drying out?
Oh, yeah, I've put it by the fire.
Great.
The edges are slowly getting singed.
By the fire, not in the fire.
But then a little ember just flicks out and that's it.
No!
There's a cat that just watches you point blank as it pushes the book towards them.
Ruana.
But Myra like, does this belong to Orin? Boom. It's fine. It's not very good. It burns.
Ripping out page after page.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing with the rest of the evening? Sort of Ferrocene and Myra basically get ready to go. They start packing up travel bags each. They go into the workshop, take what they think they need. They start collecting designs and things for the road to approach your father with as sort of evidence that they are skilled in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a couple of hours and then they're both ready to set off that night.
I'm going to make them some dehydrated food parcels for them to take.
You can't say dehydrated around Enkidu. Oh my god.
Oh, it's too soon. Can I just have a quick word with Ferrocene at some point if she's away from the group at some point? And just
I'll be following behind in earshot.
Okay. And just to ask her, the soldiers that come to the WCI, where do they come from?
Bit all over the place, to be honest with you. They're all part of the standing army, but
they're all Duranian.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've had a couple of Ailish in, but I think they wanted us to keep them alive mostly for like information, not necessarily like to actually help them, which just feels wrong anyway. But no, most of the ones we got coming through at the moment are all from barrier marshes.
Okay.
And skirmishes up that way.
Good to know.
Why?
Oh, I was just wondering if you had anyone from the Wodenals coming through.
No, go down there.
No.
It's rat cold.
Yeah. Rubbish place.
Yeah.
Inside check. On Orin.
Yeah. I'll help them pack up.
Yeah.
Ferrocene, if you're not bringing all your materials with you, I just wonder if you might be able to get a few bits to make a weapon I have in mind.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Sure. Help yourself.
Thank you.
Are we staying here for the night?
We might as well.
Just a thought.
I don't know if it's safe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll have to... What do you think?
I mean, do we want to travel at night? That's even worse, right?
True.
Being around these two maybe, though, would put them in danger.
That's true.
We don't even know where we're going.
Well, I want to head east to find Gerimir.
As you sort of gather out of the front of the cottage, deciding whether or not you're going to stay or go, Ferricine and Myra, big backpacks on their back, almost in like a reverse of how you left theirs. Just days ago.
Oh my god, a lifetime ago.
Ooh, literally in one person's case.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They say their goodbyes and both like clip on these talks around their necks. Ferricine's looks a little bit thicker, a little bit like she's worked it properly. Myra's is much daintier for her neck. But as sort of Myra nods to you all, says, "Next time you see me, I'm going to be a proper rose." Okay.
Okay.
I look forward to it.
And she like twists the end of the talk and just vanishes in front of you. Ferricine nods and goes, "I'll keep her safe." Twists hers and vanishes as well.
Juna gives Ferricine a wink.
Good luck.
Those are well-made devices.
And then Orin, you feel a very small hug.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that.
And that's where we're in the episode.
Well done. Well done.
I'm literally crying.
Oh, Ben.
You have been listening to David Knight as your Dungeon Master, Ben Galpin as Orin, Chris Watts as Gaius, Daryl Bailey as Enkidu, Grace Kelly Miller as Gwendolyn, and Vicky Gaskin as Juna. Original music by David Knight. Please tell your friends, subscribe and follow us on all social media. Thank you for listening to No Small Roles. Anon for now.